Two Australians sign up for the exact same car repayment, $1,300 a month. One buys the brand new ute. The other drives something older and puts that money somewhere else. 20 years later, one of them is sitting on close to $700,000. The other one had a nice car for a while, same income, same monthly cost. And from the outside, you would have picked the wrong winner every single time. So why do so many people chase the look, even when it quietly wrecks them? Because most spending has almost nothing to do with the thing being bought. Buying something new gives you a small lift. It covers up a bit of boredom or stress, or a nagging sense of not being quite enough, for about 48 hours. Then the lift fades, the feeling comes back, and the statement arrives, so you go looking for the next one. That is the loop, and entire industries are built to keep you in it. And the loop is expensive precisely because it never finishes. There is always a newer model, a nicer bag, a better version of the thing you already own. The finish line moves every time you reach it. The belief underneath it is simple, and it is wrong. It is the idea that the right purchase will finally make you feel like the person you want to be. The bag will make you feel elegant. The ute will make you feel capable. The renovation will make the neighbours nod. But that feeling never actually moves in and stays, because who you are was never stored in the object. It lives in what you do quietly over years, in the balance nobody sees, in the choices nobody claps for. Now think about who actually feels the need to look wealthy. It is almost never the person who is sure of themselves. It is the person who is not quite sure yet. The badge on the car, the logo on the bag, the holiday posted before the plane has even landed. Very often, that is not confidence talking. It is a quiet argument someone is having with themselves. They are trying to prove something, not really to you, to themselves. Proof they have made it, bought in monthly installments they cannot actually afford. And that proof never lands either, because the moment the neighbours stop looking, the feeling goes with them, and the repayment stays for another 4 years. There is a strange loneliness in it too. You end up performing a life for an audience that is barely watching, and paying for the privilege long after the applause has stopped. Now picture someone completely different. He is at the Bunnings sausage sizzle on a Saturday in a faded work shirt and boots that have been resoled twice, 10-year-old Hilux, a phone with a cracked corner he has not bothered to fix. You would walk straight past him without a second glance. Nothing about him says money at all, and that is the whole point. That bloke owns his home outright. His super is quietly sorted. He has not lost a night of sleep over money in years. He is not hiding it to be mysterious. He simply stopped needing strangers to know. And the day you stop needing that, life gets a whole lot cheaper and calmer. Let us make that $700,000 real for a second, because a big number can float past you. Picture that same person at 65, sitting on it. That is a paid-off home, and a balance that can quietly throw off a comfortable income for decades. Not private jet money, just the money to stop worrying permanently. Now picture the bloke who bought the ute instead. Same wage his whole life. At 65, he has a driveway full of memories and a super balance that never quite got there. Neither of them earn more than the other. That is the part that stings. The whole gap came down to one quiet decision, repeated every month for 20 years. In Australia especially, there is a very real reason the quiet ones stay quiet. Flash it around here, and you do not get admiration. You get a target on your back. Ask any tradie honestly. The quote can shift depending on the car in the driveway and the postcode. Look like you can easily afford it, and somehow everything costs a little more. Then there is the tax nobody warns you about. The moment people decide you have money, the requests start, the loans that never come back, the expectations that quietly pile up. So the genuinely comfortable Australian works something out early. Being invisible is not hiding, it is freedom. Nobody watching, nobody expecting, nobody quietly sending you the bill for it. Think about the woman in the school pickup line in a 5-year-old Mazda and a Kmart jumper. Everyone assumes she is doing it tough, She owns 2 rentals outright. She could drive anything she wanted. She just worked out years ago that the nice car cost you twice. Once at the dealership, and again every day you have to feed it. So here is how you actually step off the treadmill, starting this week. 3 shifts, and none of them are about being tight or going without. The first one is to stop letting stuff tell you who you are. Before anything big, ask one honest question. Is this making my life better or just my image better? That question stings on purpose. Some things that felt essential suddenly look like a performance, staged for people who are barely thinking about you at all. And when you strip those things away, something surprising happens. You do not feel poorer. You feel lighter. There is less to maintain, less to protect, less to prove to anyone. The second shift is one simple rule. Anything you want that is not essential and costs more than $100 goes on a list. Then you wait 30 days. Most of the time, the wanting just fades. The urgency that felt so real was manufactured. And urgency almost never survives a calm second look a month later. The third shift is to change what you see all day long. Unfollow the accounts that make spending feel normal and overdue. Take the shopping apps off the phone. Quiet the noise. This is not about willpower. Willpower runs out by mid-afternoon. It is far easier to remove the temptation once than to fight the same temptation 40 times a day. Now let me be clear about something, because this part gets missed. Looking broke on purpose has nothing to do with being a tightwad who never enjoys a thing. The genuinely wealthy spend freely on what actually matters to them. Travel, their health, time with the people they love, the things that quietly make a life feel full. What they refuse to do is spend money to impress strangers who are not thinking about them anyway. Money on real experiences builds a life. Money on appearances builds regret. So come back to those 2 Australians and the identical repayment. One drove something impressive and stayed exactly where he started. The other looked ordinary and quietly built close to $700,000. The security was never in the car or the bag or the renovation. It was in being calm enough not to need any of it. That calm, quietly, is the real flex. You do not have to look like you are winning. You just have to actually be okay. And nobody needs to know but you. That is the whole thing. Quick one before we finish up. Everything here is general information only. It is not financial, legal, or professional advice. For your own situation, it is worth getting proper advice that actually fits you. If this cleared a few things up, do me a favor. Give it a like. It helps this kind of content reach more Australians who need it. Subscribe and turn on notifications so the next one finds you. See you in the next one.